All right. It's recording, so I'll leave it on when I leave the house, which feels really weird. I'm sure the dog will be sitting here like, what's happening? What's going on? Who are these people in my room?
Now, will you just like edit it? And
Yeah, I'll just clip this whole front piece off. It's really easy.
Yeah.
I'll start it right when Dorinda starts
Okay.
and go through the end. So it'll be
Okay.
easy. But it'll be easier this way than you recording it and then sending it to me because the file will be big and la la la. Okay.
No, perfect.
That would be funny. We're actually going to have a dog.
All right. I called the school back and asked if it was okay that Cooper have this appointment on that day. I'm like, I feel like it's crazy that I'm asking, but I think I had to leave a voicemail, so hopefully it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, it's out of your hands. I mean,
Yeah, they'll work with us, I think.
oh yeah.
All right. You guys have a good meeting. I'm going to run to my meeting. Thank you, Kristen.
You're
Corey,
welcome.
have fun. I'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'm usually on my laptop, but my laptop is upstairs because my mom's computer is in the shop. So, so she had, so I had to rig my laptop up for her just to get her to be happy to do whatever she wants to do on the internet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was, I believe it was Tuesday. No. Yeah, it was Tuesday. I had to call my grandma to take me to Best Buy so I could get this darn cable.
Oh yeah. Did you get one?
Yeah, $26.99. Well, it's a DVI, and it's supposed to be going from my laptop, which is HDMI.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So it's like $28. It's like good enough. I don't see any problem there.
That's right.
But yeah, so I had to get this cable from my mom and got her stuff wired up and ready and got it all in. And I said, well, I'm trying to see. I'm gonna go see if I can find if that is, you know, if this is well worth the money or not.
They're expensive.
This wasn't. Man, I was thinking it would be in the 40s or 50s, somewhere around there. That's
Oh yeah.
thinking. But when I went there, I said, "Hey man, I need some help with this. I need this to match up with this on the monitor cable. Got anything?" She says, "Oh yeah, it's in computer accessories. I'll put someone there." 90 seconds later, got me. And it's like they don't have any adapters for that, so I had to get, you know, I had to get my adapter. I had to get that cable so that way it won't, you know, got all kinds of things. But look, I got it on my mom's computer screen and everything. I said, okay, now laptop, you're gonna get Corey-tized. We're gonna see how this works now. So far it's been working really good. But last night I had a heck of a time seeing the screen because I was wearing my new ones. Of course, I'm not really used to my new glasses.
Oh, yeah, that takes a little bit of time.
And I'm like, I like my old glasses, so I just use my old ones. It's like, oh, great. How lovely is this?
Sorry.
Not really lovely what I had in mind, though.
Hey, Becky, what's your last name?
Duncan. Duncan, like Duncan Hines, not donuts. Still
Gotcha.
tasty though.
Or Duncan Select Shop.
I'm not good at Zoom, so if I mess up, you have to tell me. What is the little REC in the corner for?
Recording?
Oh, can we go back to it and watch it again?
Yes.
Oh, well, you'll
So
have
it'll
to.
be posted. Yeah, it'll be posted on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it's underneath the meeting of March or something.
Yeah, you'll be able to get on the YouTube and it'll show you all the ones from the past that you can get on and rewatch, or if you missed any of them, you can watch them, or you can watch them again.
If you go to Fairfield County Virtual Community on YouTube, you'll pull up the page, and then you could either subscribe and then you'll get notices anytime these pop up, or the whole list of every episode we've had is available for you to view.
Well, I have a girlfriend and she's at work, and I'm like, well, I'm in this Zoom meeting at the on Zoom, and she says, really? I said, yeah. I said, right now it's just hard now because right now it's just, she has to work. So, she only gets, she gets off around noon or something. So that's what I think. It's just, yeah, she works at Pizza Cottage in Pickerington. Hello. Hello there. I'm a goofball. Don't mind me.
Dorinda, I'm going to, when the time comes, just introduce you. Rachel had some things to do, so you'll see her face on, but she's not present, so don't talk to her.
Not a problem.
No, I think she turned herself into a dog. She said probably your dog would be in it and wonder what the heck is going on here. So yeah, I was really I was getting done with next door, then I got that notice. It's like shit. Gotta get it. Gotta get it.
Dorinda, do you prefer people wait like at the end to ask questions, or just if they have one during your presentation?
It's whatever anyone's comfortable with is fine. Yeah. I'm flexible.
Okay.
Well, I'm Jowish. Yes.
Well, I'll give it about another minute to see if
Sure.
anyone else gets on, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
No problem.
If my movie gets to you too much, you tell me and I can try to figure out how to turn that If I don't sit still well. I fidget. If I don't, I go to sleep.
I'm usually good at sitting still, and I have something to do in the background, so that way I could get my mind more busy. I'm playing Life is Strange on a PlayStation 4. It's a video game to make choices, and if you make the wrong choice, you're gonna get consequences on the game.
Alrighty.
So it's about making choices on there.
We're going to go ahead and get started. If everyone could mute themselves, if you have questions, feel free to unmute or you can put them in the chat and we'll get going. So,
All right.
all right. Good morning. My name is Kristen Thorne and I'm the Provider Resource Specialist for the County Board. Welcome to Virtual Community. Today we have Dorinda Gear with the Fairfield County Board of DD, and she's going to be talking about how to apply for SSA. So Dorinda, welcome and thank you for joining us today. I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. At least we have some sunshine out there. That's a good thing. Good start to getting towards spring. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so as Kristen said, I'm Dorinda Gear. I am a certified work incentive practitioner, which means I pretty much deal with anything that has to do with disability benefits. Social Security, food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, housing, you name it. So today we're going to talk about how to apply for Social Security disability, but I'm giving you a little bit more information. This is going to be a little bit longer presentation than I've done in the past through Virtual Community, because I believe it's important that you have some history or other information, I should say, prior to understanding whether you, should you, could you, and how do you apply. And as Kristen said, if you have questions, you can ask them during the process. Just please remember this. Social Security disability benefits are very complicated. I'm giving you a general overview, although it may seem like I'm giving you a lot of information. I'm not. I'm giving you just a small amount, just to pique your mind as to whether or not it's something that you're interested in or have questions about. Okay? So we'll go ahead and start. This is the agenda. It looks big. It is. Okay, so an overview. So there are two types of Social Security disability benefits. Social Security disability insurance, which you probably have heard as SSDI and a few other names, and supplemental security income, SSI. If you look at the chart, I've created just a general differentiation between the two. SSDI is also called SSD. If you currently receive SSDI, when you see your bank statement, it says SSD. It can be called RSDI, or there's various forms of SSDI for widows, children, divorced spouses, and so on. SSDI is based on your work record or that of a parent or a spouse. It's your money. It's what you and your previous or current employers have paid into the Social Security system. It's not based on income. It's based on earnings and all prior earnings. No resources or assets are taken into account when determining eligibility. You gain credits as you work and pay into Social Security, and it's those amount of credits that determine your eligibility, along with the earnings portion of it. The earnings portion determines how much you get. It eventually leads to Medicare eligibility, and you could have initially Medicaid coverage. It just depends on the amount and other financial situation. Unlike SSI, it does not decrease with earnings. You get the same amount every month. It can stop with significant earnings or for other reasons, but it never goes down. Okay, SSI, supplemental security income. You must be aged, that's 65 or over, blind or disabled, and have a financial need. That means it's a means tested program. You have a need. You need some funds to be able to meet your day-to-day expenses. You can have earnings, it must be limited, and there is an asset level that you cannot have more than an X amount of dollars. It does lead to Medicaid eligibility immediately. Prior to 2016, you had to also apply for Medicaid. Now you don't. Once you're approved for SSI, you automatically get Medicaid. The main difference between SSDI and SSI is it does decrease with earnings from wages. So depending on, how much you make determines on how much you're going to receive in SSI, and it can fluctuate every month depending on whether you have a steady job or a job where 1 week you work 10 hours and 1 week you work 20 hours. Okay, eligibility requirements for SSI. And again, please keep in mind, this is general. There are so many if, ands, or buts. And I just did not want to make a 50-page presentation for you today for that. So these are general. Again, you must meet Social Security's definition of disabled, over age 65 and not disabled, blind, and meet financial need. Adults cannot have countable income over substantial gainful activity. Substantial gainful activity is a very important term when with anything that has to do with Social Security disability benefits. This year, that amounts $1,310 gross per month. So if a person is earning more than that, there's no need to apply. It'll be an automatic denial. The government believes that if a person disabled can earn substantial gainful activity or more, that they don't have a financial need. I disagree, but that's their definition. And the disability can be expected to result in death or has lasted or can be expected to last for a continuous period of not more than 12 months. Individuals under 18 can also apply. Parental income, including step-parent income, and that's the income of the parents that live in the same home as the child, does count. Not all of it, but it does count. Under 18, and I included several different things in here on situations that I run into all the time, or often, I should say. I often work with grandparents who have guardianship or custody of their grandchildren. That's different for SSI purposes. Their income is not counted for eligibility requirements. As I said, there's a resource asset limit. An individual cannot have more than 2,000 in countable assets. There's caveats to that as well. There's ways to protect assets and money. And then a couple, no more than 3,000. And I often get the question, what's a resource? What is an asset? Well, that's cash. It's a bank account. It's life insurance. It's investments. It's you may have live in a home and then own another home. So the second home is property. That's an asset. You might have a vehicle and a boat. The vehicle's fine, but the boat's an asset, and so on. This year, I thought I would put some numbers out there for you. Numbers change, amounts, financials, every single year. So in 2021, the supplemental security income, SSI benefit amounts for an individual maximum are $794. That's really not that much. For a couple, it's $1,191. An individual can be a concurrent beneficiary. They could be eligible for both SSI and SSDI. In that case, the maximum amount they can receive is $814. An essential person can also receive an amount of a maximum of $397. I get the question, what's an essential person? An essential person is a parent or a caregiver or someone who lives with the individual who's receiving SSI, and that individual is dependent upon that person for everyday living arrangements. The 1/3 reduction, that amount, the $529 that you see, that is often the maximum amount that an individual can receive that is living with other people and dependent on them for housing, utilities, and food. That can change. Okay, again, and I can't, whoa, what happened? Well, hold on, I'm so sorry. Okay, I can't stress enough, SSI, the benefit is reduced by countable earnings. You can work though and earn up to $1,670 gross per month and still receive some SSI, which keeps you eligible for Medicaid. So that's a really good thing. You know, I always encourage people who have the capability, if you can work when receiving SSI, do it. You're not going to lose the benefit, but you can earn quite a bit of extra money to pay for everyday expenses. Living arrangements can change the amount of a benefit. And under age 18 is subject to an age 18 redetermination. That means when the child turns 18, Social Security is automatically going to review the case to make sure that individual still meets the requirements of an adult disability. Eligibility requirements for Social Security disability insurance. Again, remember, this is what you've paid into the system while you've worked, or while a parent has worked, or a spouse. You must meet, again, the Social Security definition of disability. It's based on your work credits, those of a parent or a spouse, as I just said. The number of credits needed for eligibility are based on the age you are at the time your disability is determined to be onset, start. Some people are born with impairments. Other people may become impaired when they're a certain age. So the amount of credits, so I'll give you an example. The amount of credits for an individual who is not or does not become disabled that they need to pull from the Social Security retirement system is 40. That's 40 credits, 10 years worth of working and paying X amount of money into Social Security. If you are 24 or younger, you only need 6 credits to apply for SSDI. That's only 18 months worth of work at a certain level, which is actually really low. So this is new to a lot of people that I work with that have received SSI for a long time and worked. They don't realize they're also eligible for SSDI. Again, you cannot be earning over substantial gainful activity. That's an automatic denial. And then the other reasons, as I stated before. So should you apply for disability? I get this question so often. These are some situations that I put up here, but certainly not all of them. There's many situations that can be a yes or no answer as to whether you should apply. So a disabled individual under 18 who has a financial need, yes, apply for SSI. Disabled individuals over 18, age blind, or have a financial need, yes, apply for SSI. Every little bit helps. It's there for a reason. Disabled individuals who have a parent receiving Social Security retirement, are disabled, receiving disability, or are unfortunately deceased. Yes, there's a child benefit out there that's available. And the child benefit is available even if you're over 18. Disabled individuals over 18 who have earned at least 6 Social Security credits and were disabled prior to age 24. Yes, apply for SSDI. And again, remember, SSDI is an amount that is the same every month. Disabled individuals who have a deceased spouse who was entitled to Social Security and at least age 50 to 59. Yes, apply for the widow's benefit. And again, people can get more than one benefit at a time. Disabled individuals who have a divorced spouse and meet other eligibility requirements. This one gets kind of muddy, so I didn't put them all in there, but yes, apply. A big no, a disabled individual who has never worked and do not have a parent or a spouse who is disabled, deceased, or eligible for Social Security benefits. They're not going to qualify for SSDI, but they will qualify for SSI. Okay. How do you apply? Note here, this is, I like to put graphics so that the pages, look familiar with you want to someone when they're trying to go through applying. But there are several ways to get to an application page. Unfortunately, not every page looks the same, but you start off at www.ssa.gov. Remember right now, because of the pandemic, there are no social service agencies open. You cannot go there. You can apply over the phone, but I encourage people even before the pandemic to do it online. Once you get, oops, I keep touching the wrong thing. I apologize. When you get to the page about disability, you would click apply for disability. It's much easier than people think. It is cumbersome because of the details you have to have. Really, really important. Before you or an individual you work with or care for applies, and if they're over age 18, create a My Social Security account. If you've listened to other presentations I've given, and there is one on virtual community on how to create a My Social Security account, everyone, regardless of having an impairment or not, who has worked and is over age 18 should have a My Social Security account. There are many, many things that you can retrieve from that account, review in that account, and it's only going to get more. Social Security is only going to populate that account more with things that you can do to help us not have to go to a facility or make a phone call that we have to sit on the line forever. Okay. Applying. Okay, I can't put all the pages in here because I can't go through the application process for myself. Next time I help someone do it, I'll take screenshots. But, right here, they're going to ask you, did you create an account? You don't have to create an account to apply online, but it's very important that you do. Answer the questions as they're asked. It's pretty simple. When you get done, or this is very important to know as well, because so much information is required, you may need to stop and then start again. You can stop, the information is saved, and go back to it anytime. Very, very important. To get back into it, you have a reentry number. Write it down. Also, I have been into the system where it has booted me out. Typically, when you get back in, it will give you a reentry number. Biggest part to remember right here, all of these areas: identification, medical information, huge, work and education, remarks and review. You are going to be asked everything about any medical or psychological condition that you or the person you're helping has. Nothing is not significant. Make sure you write down every condition, every doctor appointment, recent, not appointments that you've had or hospitalizations that you had unless major 20 years ago. The name of those places, the addresses, the phone numbers, all medications that you take. Even if you don't think that a condition is something that is going to make you eligible for disability, ensure you input it. And the reason I tell people that, or I do it for people, the more information you input into the system, the less work Social Security has to do to determine your disability. in essence, doing their job for them. And that's fine. But if you have psych evals, medical evaluations, documents that pertain to hospital stays or incidents, accidents, whatever, all that information should be input and uploaded when you're applying. Okay. Jeez. Okay, when you're applying for Social Security or supplemental security income, make sure you answer yes in this area right here. Also, if you're applying for SSDI and you're not sure whether you have a financial need, answer yes that you want to apply for SSI as well. Okay, third-party assistance, and this is often the role I have. I'm a third party helping someone. Excuse me. You can help a family member or someone who absolutely trusts you to go through this process and not state, that they're having third-party assistance. It's fine, especially with families. But if you do that, make sure that the adult has to sign their own application, and they can do it electronically. If a person cannot sign a document that is mailed to them, anything signed with an X must have witnesses. And again, I put stuff in here that are issues I've come across, where an application's been kicked back because an X was used as a signature, but nobody witnessed it. If you're a third party and you're not a legal guardian, even if you are a legal guardian, I would still do this. Ensure that you complete these forms, especially the consent for release of information. You can go into your My Social Security account and review the status of your application, the determination when it's made, and other information. But if you need to make a phone call to Social Security on behalf of someone else, especially now, since there is so much fraud going on in the social service area, if you don't have a signed ROI on file, they will not talk to you. I work with Social Security offices in the whole state and know many people. And in the last year, they have stopped even talking to me without a release on file. And again, that's a good thing because we don't want fraud. Okay. After you apply, what happens? Who makes that determination? How long do you wait? Well, in Ohio, all claims are sent to Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities, OOD. Some of you or people that may be working or have worked with this agency. They have a division. It's called the Division of Disability Determination, DDD. They are the sole agency in Ohio who makes the determination on whether or not you are medically